Welcome to the session. My name is Paul Siegel. I am the president of candlecharts.com. Thank you for so much for joining me here today, either live or via recording. We're going to be going over some pretty cool information and then also showing you our financial freedom promotion that started earlier this morning. So I'm just going to go through a few slides and I'm going to show you some charts and show you that financial freedom promo as well. So before we actually get going, I have to show you our disclosure slide. You could always learn more about candlecharts.com/disclosure. We do have to show this, but just realize with trading comes risk. And in my opinion, without trading comes risk as well. So here's the agenda for today. I'm going to be going over the financial freedom promo. That should take us just a minute or so. Then I'm going to show you some chart information with 3 different examples. One, I'm going to be showing some support and resistance for the change of polarity. That will be on a intraday chart of XLK. I'm then going to show you using a couple different time frames and a couple different candle signals on the Nifty index. And then I'm going to show you a change of polarity in Bitcoin. Now, if these 3 items are not something that you actually trade yourself, nothing to worry about. This is more for an educational purpose anyway, but I just wanted to show you this because there's a couple of cool things that at least we believe if you had an understanding of this information, it can make a major difference in your trading and investing. And then I'll certainly stay on, excuse me, and take any questions or comments or anything like that when we finish up. So before we actually get into the information, I want to show you some great candle chart comments that we've gotten just to share with you. Starting here on the left with Max. Max says, you guys are creating the best educational trading site in the net. I love the content, info, and webinars to analyze any market. You are awesome. I've spoken to Max recently. He's doing incredibly well. And the great thing about Max was he came to us with absolutely no trading background whatsoever. He started from scratch, and now he's doing incredible. Jake is a student and uses our Nissan candle scanning software. He says it's like trading with Steve right next to you. No second guessing yourself. Forget about the cost of the software. It is a must-have for any trader. So that's Jake. I know he's doing really well. I know a lot of you know the name John Bollinger. John Bollinger gave us a great quote. Using candle charts has made him a more profitable trader. Somebody who created his own technical indicator who uses candles in conjunction with Bollinger Bands. And then Carl, candle charts has helped me so much in my trading technique and skills. I have so much more confidence to make trades on my own. Thank you so much. The reason I like this quote from Carl is Carl was trading a little bit on his own. Sounds a lot like a lot of our students who make a trade, do okay, make another trade, lose that money back, and just loses confidence. Well, Carl is doing great right now. So I just wanted to share some of those great comments with you. Before we go into the charts and everything, I wanted to share this little information slide. Some of you have seen this before. Steve talks about it all the time, change of polarity. And make sure you all understand this. And if you have a question on it, please ask before I leave this slide. I want to make sure you understand this as I'm going to be showing this on charts here in just a couple of minutes. Change of polarity means what was support, to bring up my spotlight again, what was support becomes new resistance when you get a move below it. Ideally, you'll have it tested a couple of times, 2 or 3 or so times. At support, moves up, moves back below that support line is your new resistance. On the other side of that, what was resistance that tested a couple times becomes new support. So if you understand this concept of change of polarity, it could happen in any market, in any time frame. I'm going to show you a couple examples coming up here in just a couple of minutes of how to utilize this, because you can find this in many, many charts. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to take advantage of it. Speaking of taking advantage, that is the link, and I put it into the chat. If you're watching this via recording, it'll be on this page. This is where we're going to have our promotion specials.candlecharts.com/July-4. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm actually going to bring up the sales page, and I'm going to take just 2 minutes to go through this. First of all, we have a countdown timer here. When this hits 0, promotion is done. The promotion is you get to save 18% on pretty much anything inside of our programming services by using code 1776 at checkout. Okay, there is no limit. You could buy 1 item, 2 items, 5 items, 10 items. We've broken it down into different categories of education, tools, and strategies. The education, if you want to go to beginner level, you can go with a quick start. If you want to go up to intermediate level, you can go with express class. If you want to go to expert level, we have 3 different education packages to do that, depending on what you trade. We have the mega package, which is great if you trade multiple things, stocks, options, Forex, futures. Mega package is most comprehensive. Our Forex set is great if you trade currency, meaning crypto and or Forex. And then if you're an option trader only, you go with the option trading education. After you have education, or in conjunction with the education, you'll want to take a look at our tools. And I'm going to be talking or showing you the Nifty candle scanner here shortly, which is our flagship software. You can highlight, scan, and alert. Fantastic software. Saves a tremendous amount of time and so many cool ways to use it. And then our Market Central, this is our membership program where we give daily guidance, ideas, and mentorship. And I know a lot of people in the room watching this right now are already members. I hope you take full advantage. Then we have strategies that you could take a look at, these 2 different libraries of multiple different live trainings and multiple different special topics. We have 2 different bonus items until they are gone, okay? Last time we did a promotion like this, they went quickly and then we ran out, period. So if you want either one of these 2 bonus items, act quickly. First, if you spend $500 or more, we're going to ship you this, what we call desktop companion guide. We'll ship it to you. Any purchase of $1,000 or more, we're going to ship you this wall poster, which is going to go over the 28 different candle patterns that we utilize here every single day. If you're not sure which items are right for you, you can click the big red button to browse all of our programming services, or you can fill out this form and one of us will get back to you, or you could do a chat with one of our chat agents. All of our chat agents are active traders. Or you could always call or text into our office at that number listed right there. So that's that. All right, so let's move on into a chart. So here what we have here is XLK. Now, if you have a question, type it in. I will certainly answer any questions, especially while we're looking at these charts. If you have a question, type it in. I'd be happy to answer that for you. So here on XLK, notice this is a 15-minute chart. I have Nifty candle scanner on here. I took off any and everything else. Nifty candle scanner, you'll see how it's highlighting the names of the different candle patterns throughout. Again, 15-minute chart. What I want to show you is back on June, what day was that? June 26th into June 27th, we had a bear harami. Okay, the reason why I picked that is because we had a couple of times where we tested that resistance line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring down my little shortcut guide and I'm going to draw in a line. So that held as resistance. I'm going to get my spotlight out. Held as resistance, held as resistance, and then look what we get here. We get a rising window, a move back above it, right? So this, according to, remember what we just went over a couple minutes ago, the change of polarity, that resistance is now support. But realize we have a support here from the rising window. Here's another very small rising window, so that becomes a support. So we can almost even draw another line in right there. Right there's a very small window. So this is now our most recent support. Look what happens when we get a move above it and then we get a test of that support. We actually get a cracking snap. This candle right? We get a lower shadow and we get a move and we close right there. Notice that support became new resistance. We tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. That support is now resistance. Look what happens next. We get a move down and we get a test of what was resistance, now a support line. We get a move, we get a close below it, we get a close below it again. So this support became a very short-term resistance line. Remember, this is a 15-minute chart, so this happened in just a matter of a couple of hours worth of trading time. Well, we get all this activity right around, and then we get a move back below it. We get a test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tests before we fall back all the way back below. And then here's a great bullish engulfing pattern. Engulfs 1, 2 prior candles, and it takes us from this bottom support line all the way up to look where we tested out. We got above it and then we came back below it. We had resistance. From our old resistance became support, became resistance, held until here, got tested again, fell back below it, and look what happened today. This is the end of today's trading. So we had a move back above it, and then what did we have? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive closes above that line. So while we're here at 228, let's call it, just to round it off, who here would want to go long at this time? Where is there support? Where is there resistance, right? Something to think about, that your support would be right here at this line. So you know exactly what your risk is. Where's your potential reward to that line? Would you make that trade? So TradingView has this incredible tool. You would have to get in here. This over a little bit. My stop would be right to there. My target would be to right about there. Does everybody see this? My risk reward ratio, or actually reward to risk ratio, is 0.94. Not a trade I'm willing to do. Okay. Somebody told me, and the reason why I pulled this chart up right now is, hey, XLK broke out, came up, closed above. And I'm like, absolutely it did. Right at the end of the day, the last 4 15-minute candles, we got a close above, close above, close above, and then a nice close above right there. Unfortunately, if that is your target right there, not a great reward to risk ratio. So understanding change of polarity would have helped you in this area not to go long, would have saved you, potentially could have helped you when you entered a position here with where your target would have been. If you entered here right when you got to move back above that line at 224, if your target was 227, not a bad trade, a $3 reward for a $1 risk. That's a better trade, but just take a look at this. Think to yourself, would you enter this trade? This is going to give you the ratio. This is all on TradingView. Combine it with Nissan Candle Scanner. You're going to get a great idea of how to utilize change of polarity, whether it's times to enter a trade or times not to enter a trade. Okay, so looking back, you could always look at a longer term time frame. You could remove that. And there's a lot to think about. Here's a bearish engulfing all the way up at 232. So could you use that as a target? You could. If you're doing short-term trading, you want to look at a shorter-term chart. If you're more of a swing trader, you might think about that being your target. I don't see any questions on XLK. What I want to do now is I'm going to move on to the Nifty. Okay, this is a daily chart of the Nifty. And what I'm going to show you is going to, again, whether you trade this or not, great education. We were on a call with a group in India using our software, and we found this literally the day that it's set up, and it was incredible. So I have a little blue icon right here pointing out to our hammer For those of you that follow what I've done, my type of trading, I use hammers a lot. And I usually wait for a retest. But what do I want to do with a hammer? Why do I wait for a retest? I'll tell you, is to be as close as possible to my support line for my entry. Well, I knew from here, so this was May 13th. I knew here on Friday, April 19th, and back there on March 20th and March 19th, we had hit the same support line. So that hammer touches my support line. We get triggers, we get alerts from this candle scanner saying, A, it's a hammer. B, we got a price alert that we came right down to that 21.8 and change number. My goodness, what a great bullish trade, right? You enter, and then where's our target? My initial target was up here at 22.8 from 21.8. It's a 1,000-point move, okay, from seeing that hammer. I didn't need to wait for a retest because we had prior test of that support line. What do we get here? And this is really what I wanted to show you. Again, we're looking at a daily chart. This candle signal right here, this is a hanging man. For those of you who are not familiar with a hanging man candle, hanging man must follow an uptrend. It's the same shape as a hammer, right? Small real body, lower shadow has to be at least twice the length of the real body, except the hanging man has to follow an uptrend where a hammer has to follow a downtrend. What does a hanging man need in order to be a bearish reversal signal? Is bearish confirmation. What did we get this very next candle right here? A very large bearish confirmation that hanging man did not work as a momentum signal, but it did work as a bearish top reversal. But interestingly enough, I'm going to just remove the volume, make it a little bit easier. What did we do? We tested a support line. Okay, long lower shadow below it. Fantastic opportunity right here and the next day to enter a long position with a predefined risk as tested multiple times in the past. Anyone here familiar with what we call a blended candle? If you are, just say yes or me. If not, don't worry about it. I just wanted to ask that question because understanding what a blended candle is really pretty powerful. I don't see anybody saying that they're familiar with blended candles. So let me try to explain what blended candles are. Blended candles means when you combine two or more candles into one. For example, if you took two 15-minute candles and you blended them two together, it essentially would make a 30-minute candle. If you took 5 daily candles, Monday through Friday, if you combine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday daily candles, what do you get? You get 1 weekly candle. So while we're looking here at the daily chart of Nifty, we got a hanging man, we had a test all the way back down, we get a move all the way back up, almost just about to the high for the week. Now this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you blended these 5 candles together, right, you take the open of candle 1, the close of candle 5 in this situation because you're blending 5 candles together, and then you just draw in your upper shadow from the high and the lower shadow for the low. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch this into a weekly candle. And can anyone guess what these 5 candles together makes into a weekly candle? Yep, I got 2 people got it right. A hanging man. Those 5 candles combined made up this hanging man candle here on the weekly chart. Remember what I told you before about a hanging man? Where a hanging man is a bearish top reversal candle if and only if you get bearish confirmation on the very next candle. However, a hanging man followed by a bullish candle is a potential continuation candle signal. So what did we get here on the weekly? We got a hanging man, followed by a bullish confirmation. This was our indication for a longer term swing, long position in the Nifty 50 index. What was a very bearish candle on the daily turned out, again, if you combine that as your open, this as your close, a very small, real-bodied hanging man back on the weekly chart. But just take a look at the weekly. How many tests did we have of this support line? Anytime you get the opportunity to get into this area of 21.8, you'd be pretty happy to see, oh, okay, but look where we are now, 24.1. It's 2,300 point move. So what can you do? What do we have a lot of our students in India that trade this index do? They put price alerts down in this general area. If we get a big move down tomorrow, let's say, or the next week or whenever, and you get a move into this general area, you can then use one of Steve's principles, the if-then principle. If we get down there, then I do blank, and you fill in the blank. Okay, that's Nifty. I wanted to share that with you because we have some very happy traders that were paying attention to that session that we used that. They all, at that moment, jumped in and bought Candle Scanner, and they bought Market Central because Market Central is where we combine daily guidance and mentorship in different sessions, including major markets such as the Nifty 50 index. Next, one more example. I want to show you here on Bitcoin. Get a lot of people very interested in Bitcoin right now. I'm going to show you how this saved some people money. You know, every day we get people to our website to look at our live charts, and we get people every day doing a chat with one of our chat agents saying, hey, is Bitcoin going up or is it going down? And the typical response from our chat agents now is yes, it is going to go up, it is going to go down. Understanding when it's going to happen is the power of understanding candles. So here on Bitcoin, we're looking at a daily chart. And yes, you would want to look at other time frames, but we're going to use this as a way just to speed up and look at only the daily chart right now. There was a couple of indications on intraday, but here on the daily, we drew a line right here on April 22nd. There's a bear Harami signal. Okay, if you look back, we had a prior test here, we had a couple of tests right there, and then here we go, we have a couple of tests of what is considered to be resistance. Let's take a look a little further down the road. Resistance, resistance. We get a move, a nice big long green candle all the way up to 71,000. Up here, we get a move. So what does this resistance become? Everybody should know this by now. This is now your support. And look what we get. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tests. We get 9, 10 tests of that support line, meaning the line of 67.1-ish, very strong support. When we get a move back below 67, anybody who was long up here, anybody who was paying attention to our analysis from our team would have known that you would have a stop out right below that 67 number. Depending on how aggressive you wanted to be, the stop would have been somewhere in that general vicinity. What was resistance became support, became resistance. This is so critical to understand. It saved a lot of our traders a lot of money because what happened? This candle right here on June 14th, we get a move above that line, but couldn't get a close above it. A couple days later on Monday, we get a move above that line, could not close above it. So while some people would have thought, okay, if I understand support and resistance, but didn't understand change of polarity, they might have gone long here. If you had gone long here, you would have been very unhappy. The people that understand change of polarity and understand the power of getting a close above that line to make that resistance become new support again, you're sitting pretty because not only did you not go long, you absolutely could have gone short, and you could have gone short at 67 and profited all the way back down to the 60 area and possibly even into the high 50s. This is the power of candle education, the power of confidence from looking at any chart in any time frame, understanding candles and the main principles that Steve Nissen has been teaching for a long time. I just showed you 3 different examples of XLK, the Nifty index, and Bitcoin to show you that understanding these very common principles that we talk about on a regular daily basis could have made you a lot of money and absolutely could have saved you a lot of money by avoiding what would have been horrible trades. We know some people that went long here and they took a beating. Okay. Jennifer's question, what is a cracking snap? Cracking snap is when you get a move, a crack, what Steve calls a crack below support, and then a snap right back above it. So this candle, for example, you get a move all the way back below what was support, but you snap right back above it. Does that make sense, Jennifer? Keith question, you're a lifetime owner of Scanner but haven't been using it. Could you at some point let me know how I can get it hooked up to my TradingView account? Thanks for the great info. Keith, yeah. I don't know what platform you have it on now, and we get this every day. We get it every single day. Somebody who bought Candle Scanner and doesn't know how to use it or hasn't used it, and I'm thinking to myself, you've got this powerful tool in your possession. Please use it. We provide all the resources you need inside of your account at candlecharts.com. And Keith, just send me an email. I can certainly help you out. My email is paul@candlecharts.com. We can make sure we get you set up. And if you've had it for a long time, then I'm thinking you had it on a platform other than TradingView. You would just have to switch your license from whatever other platform over to TradingView, and we have a way to take care of that. PR. Actually, PR is asking for me to go over Microsoft. That's not the purpose of today's session. Actually, Steve covered Microsoft in today's strategy session for all members of Market Central. Today, we're not going to be going over other markets, just don't have that time for it today. But if you're interested, PR, I think you would want to take a look at Market Central, because a membership to Market Central by itself, we cover strategy sessions and daily recaps and all kinds of great other information every single day. And I think you would absolutely benefit from it, just the way people, actually somebody requested Microsoft to be looked at by Steve today. He covered that just a couple hours ago. So if you became a member now of Market Central, you'd be able to watch the recording of that session along with everything else that we have inside of Market Central. Yeah, definitely take a look. And again, what I'm going to do is pull up the sales page again, because I just got a couple questions about products. PR, if you want to go to the link that I put in there, you scroll down, Market Central. If you click on the powerful tools, these are blue hyperlinks. So if you click on the blue hyperlink for Market Central, we offer that in a monthly, annual, and lifetime plan, and you can utilize that coupon code to take some savings off of those programs. And then if you go with the annual or lifetime, you would be able to qualify for some of these bonus items as well. You got it. Very welcome. Are there any other questions? Did I confuse anybody by support, resistance, change of polarity, cracking snap, or any other terms? I'd be happy to answer any of those for you right now. Don't feel embarrassed. If you want me to go over anything, I could pull up one of those charts I just showed you. All right, and just while I see a couple people typing, we always recommend education to be used with our tools and strategies. Some people just like going right to the scanning software. the scanning software, I'll put it this way, is only as good as your knowledge of candles. So if you know nothing about candles, the software is not going to really benefit you. You really want to get some education, and then these tools are going to make a lot of sense. Anthony, how would you know where to draw support resistance lines? Great question. Again, Market Central. I'm going to click on that right now just because I'm getting a bunch of questions about Market Central. Market Central, we offer all of these featured sections, right? Strategy sessions, daily market recap, morning trade setup. Excuse me. Every Tuesday we do a currency corner where we go over all cryptos and Forex markets. We also offer special topics. These are about hour-long each. They all are specific items that will help your education. If you're an annual or a lifetime member, you get this full list of special topics. One of the ones that we just added in actually is what we call line drawing, Anthony. So you would have access to the line drawing where we talk about how and where to draw your lines. But there is also right here a whole hour session, a little over an hour session on support and resistance themselves. But then there's, in addition to that one, we just recently added in a line drawing that we have to update this list with a new line drawing class. But there's so many things involved with Steve and our team of NISM certified trainers that do all the education. And then I kind of throw in my 2 cents from time to time as well. Hopefully that answered your question, Anthony. But I would tell you a Market Central membership really is a fantastic way to go. I wouldn't trade without understanding how Steve would trade. When I first started trading and I came to work for Steve, and then this is just a way to truly take full advantage. We have incredible comments here from members, and there's so many great ways to take advantage of Market Central. Are there any other questions that I can answer for you at this point? I'm going to go back to the sales page. Please note a couple things. The 18% off with coupon code 1776 at checkout. The bonus items, these bonus items are available until they're no longer available. So if we sell out today, we're going to just remove this from the page. So if you see these bonus items still on the page when you place your order, you qualify, and we'll be emailing you to get your address information so that we can ship it to you. If this is gone by the time you make your purchase, unfortunately, we won't have it available left for the promo. Keith, thank you. Keith saying great video. I'm glad I could help. And if there are any other questions, again, our team is here to help. A lot of people don't take full advantage of what our team does. So below here on the same page, you could fill out a form and our team will get back to you with what we believe your next step should be. You could do a chat by clicking that blue button in the bottom right. Every chat is an active trader, right? So a lot of people think our chat is just one of those other robot chat things. It's absolutely not. They're humans. And I think they're incredible humans because they're all very efficient traders who understand candles. And they're all almost full-time traders because I say almost full-time because they also do checks because I like helping other people, and they obviously like being able to access a lot of our tools and stuff as well. You could also do a call into our office, or you could chat. We just recently added the text capability where you could send a text to that number, and our team, we're calling it Text Our Team. If you have a question, we can text you right back. All right, thank you so much. I want to thank you for your time. We hope you take full advantage of this promotion because when this countdown timer hits 0, promo is finished. Have a great day. If I don't speak with you, have a great holiday if you are celebrating here in the US or anywhere else around the world. And we hope you are safe. We hope candles light your path to greater profits.